you're going to have an ottoman, you're going to have vases or planters on it. But whatever it has to be in the middle, which is the anchor. So always make sure that it is in the middle. Then make sure that the rag that you get, it's of a neutral tone. Neutral tone is, it is safe in terms of your colors of couches, your colors of paint, your colors of throw pillows, your colors of whatever you decide to complement or contrast it with. So always have it safe in a neutral color so that it doesn't clash and become an eyesore for you in particular. Because once it begins to be an eyesore for you, the person, then everything goes or becomes in disarray. So kindly make sure that it is in a neutral tone. Then also make sure that the conversation circle is mostly our seats of 3-seater, 2-seater, and your wing chairs or your single chairs. Make sure that it doesn't interfere in when people sit down. It doesn't interfere in how they stand. It doesn't bunch against their legs so that if they want to get up to walk or do something around, it makes them trip. So always make sure that your rug is of good quality, of good texture. Texture is very important, because if it's not of good texture, once they walk around, they might fall or they might trip. So the DIY essentially here, before I leave you for another spot of music, is make sure that it doesn't hit against the wall. Make sure that it's of a neutral color, right? You determine your own neutral, but whatever it is, it should be of the neutral shade, not to overwhelm the space. And most importantly, let it anchor, let it be in the middle of your room. All right, so I'll see you shortly. Okay, thank you. Bye. to start the discussion. Um, Before we start the technology discussion, there's something I want to say about what I mentioned as the Ember months. Okay, so the Ember months are, if you realize that this last quarter, you have EMBER. So September, then October doesn't have it, then November has it, then December. So technically, any good furnisher, any good upholster, any good architect, any good artisan in this furnishing space, normally what we tell clients is that for September, October, and November, these are the only months you have left when it comes to furnishing. For December, we hardly take, or we don't take orders or take consultations at all, because we're also friends, we're also family, we're also parents. That is the time we have literally shut down and going to spend the holidays with our friends and our families. So if you are in the space of looking for anything technical, right, or anything construction wise or furnishing wise, this should be the time that you have to round it up. And if you haven't started and you are thinking of doing a large or a big project, right? This is the time you have to wait and pause and wait till next year of 2026, where you can find your team or build your team so that they start with a project that you are really sure everybody has time, everybody has come back from break, everybody has fresh energies and fresh outputs. Okay, so I just decided to pitch that in because most people tend to wait and want to start their projects at this time, and they get upset when the artisans or the contractors say, I'm on break, I'm going to do my new year parties and all of that. Okay, all right. So this is your tip, and it's a very important tip so that you don't go crying somewhere in November that you can't find a painter for your house. Anyway, all right. So today our topic is technology and how it has impacted, furnishing or manufacturing. Let me even say manufacturing. Um, it's a very important topic because furnishing has evolved. When I started my journey of furnishing, I'm literally 8 to 9 years now in the space or in the game. It wasn't like this. It was just somebody comes to you and says, oh, I have a space, I just want a sofa, I just want something to put in my office, I'm renting out a space, a commercial space, I just want to put shelves and all of that. And yes, the person will give you a budget, the person will give you a style, right? But you realize that after you do the work, you, the artisan, there's so much input you have to put in before you, you end up finishing the project, sorry. And then you come online, right? And a client tells you that, but I saw this and I want something similar. And you are seated and you're like, but we don't have these tools, we don't have these machines, we don't have these kind of materials, So it became a thing. And honestly, when technology, in terms of even the social apps, started, you realize that a lot of people were, apart from giving you their the expertise that they have and things they have seen, it became a thing. You had people building apps that can literally design a space. Okay, so if you don't seem to understand these things, or you don't seem to have a semblance of these things, when somebody comes and says, I have a 2-bedroom and I want a minimalist theme, or I want a boho chic theme, you wouldn't know what to get. So technology has played a very important role, or tech has literally informed us that now you can not only design a space immediately without literally putting the pieces together, but you can visualize. You can visualize the space better. You can just go and literally stand in a space with your phone, or just key in dimensions in a particular app, and it just gives you the kind of surface you can put there. It can even advise you on the kind of paint you can put in this particular space based on the weather pattern you have in a particular region, or where you find yourself within the sub-region and all of that. So the tech discussion is very, very important when it comes to that. Then the tech discussion also influences the choice of materials that we have now. Okay. When I started, again, I'm using myself as a reference. When I started, we didn't have all these laminate boards we see around. Even the type and quality of foam that we had, the type and quality of fiber, the type and quality of fabric, even the diverse types of colors, how to even customize the kind of fabrics and stuff that we had. It wasn't like that, and no wonder if sometimes I go through archives of like furnishing that our parents had. We could call them the baby boomers, that generation of our parents. You go through the kind of furnishing they had, the kind of colors they had, the kind of layouts they were exposed to. Then you realize that a lot has happened. So you can't also talk about the type of materials, the type and quality of materials without the influence of tech. And tech has also come to make our work easier, make our work a bit more simple. Now we don't have to take long hours to produce things like wardrobes, to produce things like doors, to even produce or mix paint. Now you can walk into paint shops and tell them, I want this particular color in this particular shade, and I want it to reflect a particular way when light hits it at night or during the day and all of that. And they'll be able to take those specifications and mix them for you tops within an hour. Okay. So when these, these technological advancements have happened, we have no choice than to pay attention to what is happening around us. So the quality of material, has just evolved. I'll say it has ballooned because tech is also available. Then it comes down to you, the consumer, and your lifestyle, how you people, or how, I'll not say you people, how all of us are evolving in that space. Now, you don't really have to see the person in Europe before you order something. You don't even have to see the person up north or somewhere in the Uti region or somewhere, I don't know, Western region, Bono Ahafu region, before you order furniture or before you get in your raw materials. Now you're able to do video calls. Now you are able to, once you do your video call, you ascertain that this is the material and everything. And yes, video calls is all part of the tech, because at first we didn't have the means to check, if the things that the client is offering or the person is offering is of any importance, right? So tech has made us to be able to connect, then the payment platforms and all of that. So it has brought the client and brought the end user / the person who is producing the item also very, very close. So you are able to sit in your home and order and pay for and even track where the things are coming from or where they are going to. And it's all part of the tech discussion. So today we're going to go into all of that discussion. Let me give you the WhatsApp line again, and all the things I have spoken about. You also have to bring in your various ideas and topics. Then we would narrow it down. Okay, so our WhatsApp line is 0544 321 019, 0544 321 019. Let's do a spot of music and we'll be right back. So my guests are finally in and they owe me cake and I'll collect. Good good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yay. So my guests are I guess are 48 years old. That's how old my guests are. 48 years old. That means when the company started, I was like 8 years old. Hey, I'm older.
Wow.
Yeah. So today I have in studio Ash Foam Ghana Limited. Ash Foam is by far the leading company or one of the leading furnishing companies that we have in Ghana. When this topic came up of technology / manufacturing, production and I knew that we had to have them in because aside they being like the only certified ISO company that manufactures, that has that like license or that tag, when it comes to manufacturing mattresses, they have really evolved from that just mattresses to a total 360 homeware company. And I say that because most furnishers, most interior designers, most of us in the construction space or the furnishing space, our first stop mostly for homeware when it comes to at least bedrooms is Ash Foam. So we just knew that for a company that is 48 years old, it has been an intentional transition, taking into consideration the fact that tech has come in different forms, sizes, and shapes, and also they have intentionally grown the company to this point where they're an industry leader. So thank you for coming.
You're most welcome.
And we'll bombard you with all our questions.
We will try to answer them.
So let me start them before I go. The WhatsApp line is 0544 321 019. Okay, so in a minute, tell us about the Ash Foam story. In a minute. Ash Foam sells mattresses, yes, but what is the Ash Foam story?
Well, thank you very much, and then good afternoon to your listeners. Yes, the Ashfoam story is simple,
Okay.
and I always want to preface what Ashfoam is really about or what it stands for. Um, and I will say it so we understand why it is. Ashfoam is Ashanti Foam Factory Limited,
Okay.
and our existence hinges on made in Ghana
Okay.
for Ghanaians and
Okay.
beyond.
Okay.
So we've been in existence for about 48 years, as you said, August 1976.
Okay.
And we have supplied the Ghanaian market and part of some West African markets. In Ghana, we have about 2 factories, one in Accra, serving the southern sector, and then one in Kumasi. And we operate. Okay, so how did we start it? Initially, our core production line was mattresses and pillows.
Okay.
Yes, but then this is the story. Humanity, and if you like, the Ghanaian has become very sophisticated in the acquisition of home soft furnishing. So previously, you find someone who buy mattresses, buy pillows, and the next thing is that you need a bed sheet, you need curtains, you need all the other accessories to go with. So in the wisdom of the company and having done our R&Ds very well, we decided to expand. And so the first step was to go into other essentials, complementary products. And so you have a one-stop shop concept that my colleague will try to explain it further. Yes. And then also we have veered, or let me say, transition into other production. And that, for example, our furniture. Somebody will ask you, why foam company? And then all of a sudden, you have gone into it. And it's all come down from research and development. And as we get along, probably we'll explain further. And we have had a very, a very good rapport, a very good relationship with our publics, with our customers. And without them, we wouldn't have been able to achieve where we have come to. So the Ashfoam story basically is a form of identifying what the customer needs are and producing to meet those needs. And that's why we are here. Thank you.
All right. So
Z101.9
I picked
FM.
2 words from what you said: research and development. Okay.
Sure.
Now, research development also means that largely tech is involved.
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Okay. So I'll take you through a little about our company's vision, which is to make every home, get what they want. Every Ghanaian home, we want to see an Ashfoam product in there. Now, for us to be able to achieve that, we need to, be upbeat with time. So we employ the best, we use the best materials, the required materials that conform to standards by the standard authorities. And then we use sophisticated machinery, to drive this whole process. Without that, you can't just go and pick anything to come and produce nothing. So you look for sophisticated materials. Then, and further to this, we employ the right skills to go along with. We are very consumer-centric also, because when you look at the R&D, means that the focus is on the consumer. So you build equity, you build affinity, and then you produce the best for them, at any point in time. And corporate social responsibility is why we also give back. So when you see these 5 pointers, you see that technology plays a very crucial role. And technology would mean that on the line of production, what we have involved are saving. But when we stretch the conversation further, then you see them within marketing, distribution is another form of technology that we employ to do it. And those ones I'll leave it to the expert here to, speak to them. So, yes, like you said, yes, without technology, you are unable to drive with the changing trends of time and with the sophistication in time, with the the timeliness of even selling your product to the consumer. If you are not tech inclined, forget it. People want to buy online. People want to do all sorts of things, and they need this mechanisms to help to get or achieve the results.
Before before I come and bombard Taline, which I will very, very soon, I want to stay on something that you said, machines.
Yeah.
So it means essentially those of us who are attempting to, what is it, reach global standards.
Yeah.
We are joking if we don't have the machines.
Absolutely. You are lost in track.
Oh.
Yes, without it, you are lost in
but why are
track.
you saying it so strongly? Relax.
You see, technology, and here again, we should even be careful with it because it's technology driven by experts. So we don't take away the role of the staff and out from the technology. Of course, you need to train them, you need to empower them, you need to get them to understand the usage and all that. But technology, because you are looking at, I think Ghana's population in 1976 would have been maybe 10 million. But today in 2025, about 34, by the research. And how are you able to reach them? How are you going to produce? How much in quantities are you going to produce over time to get to them? It cannot be, like we say, hoe and cutlass. It cannot be hoe and cutlass. You really need high tech to go with. So, for example, when you look at our carpentry session, and carpentry, if you allow me, why we have invested so much in it. Some time ago, we have been working with carpenters, upholsterers, with joiners, because they are Ghanaians. You don't need to compete them out of the business. But then we have built a collaborative effort with them over the years. So what we did was, after we have engaged them, found out how they do the challenges that they go through, that is when the company sit back and say, how best can we help these young people who want to go into carpentry and all that? And mind you, before then, it's either a saw, a plane, jack, and things like that. Chisel. Very manual. Yeah. How many can you produce? And even when you look at the aesthetics, when you look at the finishing and all that, very old school. So then the company says, okay, let's sit back and invest in high tech. If you have cutters, it's cutters that are coming. If you have planes, these are, electric powered planes.
Proper CNC machines.
Correct. Proper CNC.
And I'm sure you people have all of those.
Of course, yes. It's a huge investment. Yes, it's a multi-million dollar investment. Yeah. But then you get them and you're able to, now do what, when you are thinking about all these things, think about competition.
Yes.
Yes, because competition now plays a role. They are bringing in sometimes the product that comes in the influence, they are very cheap.
I tell people all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cheap. Yeah. But because the finishing is beautiful, you are tempted to go for it. Yeah. 2 days, 3 days, you sit on a chair and it's broken. Yeah. Come to us. Yeah. Tell us what you want. Yeah. And we'll do it for you right here in Ghana. Okay. So we can say confidently that to peak in the market, to be a market leader, you need to do what big boys do. You need to do what IKEA do. You need to do what big multinational corporations do. Yes, because then you have also our vision is to go beyond Ghana to West Africa, to Africa, and then the rest of the world. Can we go there to compete? It's all about tech, and I think we have really, really, really done that. Yes.
I like your point, Taline. I'm coming to you now. We are doing what the big boys are trying to do. Ash foam and social media, that space, right? Because that is where most of us also are a bit lacking. The timely response. Somebody will send something on Instagram, that timely response. Somebody will ask a question in the comment section. Some of them are, what's the Ash foam story there?
So we have a whole team dedicated for social media.
You are joking.
Yeah, we have a whole team. We have someone who responds to comments. We have someone who takes pictures and puts on the page. I personally do some of their videos and talk about the products as well. So there's a whole team. There's someone online all the time from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. responding to messages. Yes, taking orders. We have a team that takes, we have the online shop that people purchase on. Yes, we have a team that manages it for them. When you make payments, we send your receipts, we write everything down for delivery, we handle delivery. We deliver across Ghana
Yes.
online. When you purchase online, even if it's a pillow,
Oh, my mouth
we
is
get-
open.
we get it to you. So we have a whole team set up for that.
Okay.
We have a whole team set up for that, and we know technology. We're looking at other international brands, how things are done.
Yes.
Yes, and we are doing the same here. We explain to people, someone just calls you on the lines like, I want to buy a mattress. So we have videos online that shows you what you need to know when you want to buy a mattress, what you need to know. And we also tell them we have special orders. You can come in with a special order. You don't need to have a need for exactly what we have there. We do customization. So we are using the social media to educate people and to tell people about what we have in Ashform.
Okay.
Yes, that is
So if
helping
I
us
hear
a
you
lot.
telling, then it means technically that if you are also not internet savvy, you cannot also even attempt to say you are running a tech company, much less a furniture-based company currently,
Yes.
as it is.
Yes, we need to grow as things grow.
Okay.
Like we need to build ourselves up. So if you are not internet savvy, if you don't have all these knowledges, then you just have to come to the showroom.
Wow.
Yes, you have to come to the
So it
showroom.
means that if you are starting a business, that is in the furnishing space, you
Yeah.
really have to segment it well. You
Yes.
really
Very
have
well.
to
Yes.
understand the
yes.
various
Markets.
yes.
Yes. We have those who will do the walk-ins.
Okay.
We have those who even call you on phone.
okay.
We have people that call and we guide them on the
Okay.
processes. They make
Okay.
payments. We deliver to them. Yes, we have people who would send emails.
Okay.
They are in need. Most of the big companies send emails and they
Okay.
send you whatever they need and you reply. So we don't only do sales in person.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, majority, not I would say about 30% of our sales is through media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I hear you well, then it means that it's not as if technology is taking over our jobs.
Mm.
It's part of it, so we must learn to adapt to it as well. So there's a question here, which does tech support sustainable practices in furnishing? Can you answer that?
I can say yes.
Explain that, please.
Yes, tech do sustainable practices. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to sustain? Okay, so first of all, let me even come in from this angle. That earlier on, we were talking about segmentation or segmenting the market, which is very crucial what we have done the past, 10, 15 years. That you need to get the demographics right. You need to know where they are, what they consume, their taste and preferences, and whatnot. So when you look at the tech space, as where she telling came from, you can see that you can use your Visa card, for example, to make purchases in our showrooms.
Yeah.
That is also another side to the whole question. So some are buying with Momo.
Okay.
Some want to just do transfers, from their bank account into your account. And all these platforms, we have created them, so that it makes it flexible for you. One of our main core values here is to get the product to the final consumer in a much easier and convenient way.
That is a sustainable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you see, I come back to that. You see, for you not to struggle, go through the central business district, pick this, pick that. Right when you are in the comfort of your home, you can make your purchases, and then we have a very swift delivery system. Fortunately, the person in charge is sitting right by here, where she does see through it that deliveries are done, do after sales support, and things like that, so the customer can be very flexible, get what you want. So tech really with sustainability to make sure that whatever we are doing, it's achievable, is able to tech plays a very commensurate role in process.
101.9
And
FM.
for me, customer experience, which I know is your thing, right? Now we have virtual showrooms, we have online customizing, and something I really like about Ashform, you're able to just go on the website and just
pick,
and all of
select.
that. Yes. Run us through, how has that been, like your experience heading that unit?
So with our online purchases, it started from some, and it's growing.
Okay.
Yes. initially you would not be able to pick the colors, but now you're able to pick the colors. Yes. So we have it's very easy. You go online, you do your selection, you get to the payment point, you pay, a message is sent to you, and then you are called. Yes, you are actually called that we've received your order and it's being processed. It's going to take this number of days to be ready. And when it's time for delivery, they call you 24 hours before time to schedule. On the day of delivery, they'll call you in the morning. When the driver is an hour to you, the driver will give you a call. And when it's delivered, you sign the delivery form that states that you have received the order in the condition that you are satisfied with, and it's this order that you placed. Yes, so the online purchasing system is simple. It's very easy. Very easy. Yes, very, very seamless. Yeah.
So once again, it comes to what I was saying earlier. If you don't have all those detailing in terms of research, development, and knowing that this has to go, then you're joking, literally.
Yeah. I mean, now, I think education has become very easy. We all have smartphones.
Yes.
So I even if your education level is not high, it is easy for you to understand how to go about on your phones and to make these purchases on your phones. So I'm sure with time we will be doing way more sales, yes, on the media than even showrooms. Yes.
And does that make that experience? Does it make the furnishing? Because the question I have here is, does it make it more affordable if we're able to use tech to like custom order, as compared to it's already in the showroom when you come and pick it? I don't know if you get what's.
So we're running a promotion online.
Okay.
Yes, we have a 10% promotion that when you buy online you get automatically.
Okay.
Yes, and so the only challenge it will have is when you want to feel it. When you want to feel it, and
but most furnishers advise that feel the furniture first. Don't
yes,
just
yes.
buy it.
So that is when when you are purchasing and you feel you need more support, and you call the support team. That is when we tell you where's your location. We ask. That's the first question we ask. Then we direct you to the closest Ashfoam showroom close to you, which we have at every point. So wherever you are, if you're not able to do your purchases online, you can easily just take a drive to any showroom and you'll be assisted perfectly. You shouldn't have any challenges purchasing online. It should be as seamless as walking into the showroom and buying from there.
But if I'm listening to you, the local content, they can't do anything. Or listen, both of you. Let me ask both of you. I'll let both of you answer the same question. Challenges for local artisans. We come and buy the foam from you to make the chairs. We come and buy the fiber, and please, Ashfoam fiber, Ashfoam foam is really good. So, oh yes, that one I won't lie. We come and buy the fiber, we come and buy the foam, we buy the mattresses and all of that. But knowing what you know, let's step outside Ashfoam, each of you, right? Knowing what you know, what are the challenges, major challenges that you feel the artisans are going to go through in
the acquisition of more in persistent?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So just a little history. In 2011, we did a nationwide tour market survey.
Okay.
We had to work with the woodworkers, carpenters, upholsterers, and joiners together. I mentioned earlier on, and our main idea working with them was to let them grow.
Okay.
So as they grew, we were also growing, and every they will serve as firm because they will move your product also to other users, and it was good. Some were even leading other clients. If you go to see an artisan making a bed for you, you will say, "Oh, buy this particular mattress or buy this particular product." So it was good. So we really had a very good relationship with them, where we were training them in bookkeeping, in basic marketing skills and other things, all for free.
Okay.
Now, along the way, we ended up, having to feel or having some challenges from the artisans. And this is it. I'm not saying all of them were doing it, but then some of them, you see, when you enter Ashfoam, for example, we have different types of mattresses, different types of foams with the feel, the texture, with different densities of mattress for different uses. Some of the mattresses probably the foam that you use is for maybe for younger people with soft bones and others. Then as you graduate, you can have posturepedic mattress. So you can have comfy mattresses and start, or maybe membrane foam and other things. So there are so many of them. Now along the way, we saw artisans, they take orders from their clients. Okay, we can go and get you a high density foam cushion and put in, and ends up, when they take their money, they come back, they buy a standard density short changing. So around the time we continually were telling them that you do the right thing, get the right thing. When you walk into our showrooms, our sales people, they've been trained to talk to you. They tell them what you want, they'll give you what you want. Even with those who buy mattresses, for example, when you walk into our showrooms and you want, let's say, look at me, you see I'm quite big.
Yeah.
Is it true?
No, you're not. I'm hyping you.
You see? And I may, a certain foam or mattress may be good for me. It may not be good for the lady here and all that. You need to talk. And we tell you, speak to us, and we'll also give you what you want. So we don't produce bad product for them. Mind you, one of the values is what we have: quality, we have affordability, and we have durability. Now, why do we have, or why are we the only foam manufacturing company or home soft furnishing company with ISO? Come and experience how the ISO processes by standard authority goes through. It's quite rigorous.
Intensive.
Very intensive.
Yeah.
Yes, and they are dealing with not just the production alone. They look at your raw materials, they look at your machinery, they look at your marketing processes, whether you are distributing well, you build the equity you claim, whether you are living up to the equity and all that. So we have so many things to give to the customer or to the artisan. Just talk to us and go by the principles. If you walk in and you say, oh, my money is just 200, I want this particular, it may not be helpful. We will advise you. Now, in all my discussions, whenever I meet people, and I know there are larger audience listening to me, I say, which one is very expensive? Which one is very cheap?
Yeah. That's a very brilliant question.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's relative.
So, very relative. Because I will buy, I quite remember years back, about 15 years ago, I wasn't working with ash foam. I bought a mattress. I have it still with me. But at the time, you will say, oh, it is expensive. But today, that mattress I bought for maybe 500 cedis is about 2,000 or 3,000 today. It is not expensive. We would have bought some cheaper at the time, which I would have changed, years. And so talk to us. All that we want to tell you is that if you're artisan, you are a home interior decorator or whatever, talk to us. We have the people there, engage us, and we will advise you. When you go to a showroom and probably you feel you didn't get what you want, there are hotlines that we provide. You can speak to us. We will provide you with what you want. Yes.
So shortchanging is something which I think it runs across all, it's one complaint that you get the architects talking about, the interior furnishers talking about. Then I don't know why we do that, or some of us do that. There's the shortchanging. But Talin, what would you add to that?
As my colleague rightly said, it's just about asking the right questions.
Okay.
Yes, when you come into a showroom, you tell us what you're going to do, who it's for.
Yeah.
We will advise you on what to use.
Yeah.
So I feel they should always do their research well, and tell the customer, listen, this is what I will do for you, this is what it will cost, and this is how it will be.
Yes.
And this is what I can do, this is what it will cost. And let the customer decide.
Yes.
Yes. So they shouldn't just want to complete the order. My sale doesn't end when I receive the money. It's never ending, because I want the customer to go, experience it, and then come back to me. Yeah. So that is the little thing that I will give to the artisans out there. They should just walk into any Ashform showroom, ask the right questions, let them be educated on the foams that we have, what is used for what, how it should be done, and then they would be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in listening to what you said about you going across the country, people also have this fear that technology would replace traditional craftsmanship, especially because of these big machines that are there and the kind of volumes, the big machines, the output. I'm sure, I'm just layman figure. I'm sure if we're producing mattresses by hand, it will be 10 a day, but with machines you can do like 1,000
a day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So people are afraid that they'll lose their jobs eventually when we do, if Ashfoam does, not Ashfoam, I'm not narrowing it down on you people, but I'm just saying that if, say, Ashfoam brings in more machines, we will not get the traditional craftsmanship. What's your view on that?
And to my business associate or business partners, with the sort of experience we've had on the field working with these people, and I keep on advising that, you see, as the world grows, you need to grow along with the world.
Yeah.
Why would we have maybe small pockets of carpenters even with their small table and, playing jack and all the time? You move to the next stage, there's another one, and on and on and on. But can we build partnerships? Now, I remember somewhere in Takwa years back, after one of these interactions, the gentleman called me back after some months and said, well, you know what, I got some contract to produce furniture for a school in the district. I don't have the, but whatever you told us now, I'm teaming up with the other carpenters to produce and then send so they can share, the profit that comes. For me and for us as a company, like I keep saying, when you grow, we grow. So ours is not to get you out of the market or get you out from your careers. Ours is to just help you, empower you, open you to the new trends that are going on, so that if you have partnership, you can build your businesses, you can form cooperatives, and try to acquire. Rome wasn't built in a day. Yes, so you can start from 1, 2, 3, give yourself time, gestate it, and make sure that you are working towards, be focused, and you get what you want to do. And at the end of the day, you can be able to keep your artisanry, career without any. Now, do we ask our question? The other question. Let's say take Ashfoam out. What about the competing brands that are coming from Europe, Asia, and America? If Ashfoam doesn't even do it at all, when they come in, what will happen?
They'll take over.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So all that we're saying is that, the tech, because the tech news is the real news. The tech news has very good potential for all of us. The tech news is not. We have various degrees of that. I'm sure today you can get smaller machines that can do the cutting. You can get smaller machines. As you grow with it, increase it. Buy bigger ones as and when you grow. That is the same in our situation. We didn't just wake up one morning and then we brought everything. When we started a carpentry shop, and I quite remember about, intensively around 2012, we had about, let's say, 100 employees. That department alone today has about 350, 400 employees. It tells you that there's a graduation from one end to the other, and that's what we are encouraging our artisans to. Ghana, we don't like to do partnership.
We are afraid somebody will take the business from us.
No,
that's
you see, honesty, integrity in business is very important.
I like that.
So if I'm here and you know that we invested 10 cedis, at the end of the day, our revenues, we go 15 and we are to share it 50-50. Share it 50-50, move on. It's when there is that kind of, somebody want to, outpower or outclass the other, brings confusion and we are unable to do business. And you can say that businesses in Ghana owned by Ghanaians keep collapsing because it's run by one person. But I don't think that's what we are even here to talk about. We are here to tell the world that technology plays a very important role in our production setting. And we need to, there are a lot of benefits, competitive edge, You can have outpower your competitors by what you invest in. In terms of quality of the product, you can, be assured of getting the quality. In terms of increased profitability, because the more you produce, more.
Yeah.
And again, even with economy of scale, when you're producing more, prices normally are
down.
yes,
That's true.
and we're able to sell more, and that will what will bring. And then sustainability.
Yeah.
When you have technology, the end thing is that your cutaways or your waste,
You're able to reuse them.
to reuse them, and all that.
Yeah.
And at our place, trust me, I wish that the world come to visit us. You will see that we in terms of environmental, protectiveness, top notch.
Then we are going to come Zed Deco Live. We're going to move the show all the way to Asheville one of these days to come and see what's happening. But Eileen, give me the last word, then we sign out. You have like less than a minute. What would you say? Fuse the tech discussion in, fuse the whole energy in, because what I got from you is that we shouldn't run away from tech. Tech is important. As we are growing, the machines are very important. Better quality, better finish, competitive edge, and most importantly, value for money. That's bottom line for everybody. So please take it away for us.
So technology has not only helped Ashfoam expand from mattresses to full range of household products, but has also strengthened efficiency, quality, customer satisfaction, and it is the bridge between our 40-plus legacy to its modern identity as a one-stop shop. So when you were talking about getting rid of, as in technology will get rid of traditional craftsmanship, no. When you come to Ashfoam, before we used to have solid wood beds alone. Now we have MDF beds, and we still have the solid wood beds, and even though MDF beds are faster in production, they move quicker. Solid wood beds are preferred by people who still know that this is the real deal.
This is Ghanaian.
Yes, this is Ghanaian.
Yes.
So technology helps a whole lot, but it does not necessarily take away what we've always known. So yes, we are embracing it and we are growing with it. Yes.
So thank you, Mr. Joe. And he says he has one thing to say.
That's why he's our communications manager.
So just a second, because as we talk in tech, then we talk about one big challenge in the tech delivery, and that is internet sale and internet fraudsters.
Yes.
And we always keep telling our customers that, interestingly, there are times that they are gullible to the situation, and then they find their way to us. Meanwhile, they could find their way to us first, to avoid that. So we are just advising our clientele, be cautious. As we are working, somebody can put Ashfoam as ASSH, and you may not see it. Pay attention. Some even go to the extent of opening Momo account in Ashfoam. Yes, I have had that experience a lot. Online shop. So we need to get to the portals where it's Ashfoam at Ashfoam. That's Ashfoam, ASHFOAM Ghana. That's so we pray nobody should lose the money. Nobody should go through the hassle of pay 70% and then we will supply income for the rest. No, we don't want to hear that. Thank you.
All right. So please be careful. Please be cautious. The fraudsters are also doing their thing. But most importantly, tech is important. Tech is necessary. And you have to adapt and pivot, or else the big boys, you get lost in the big boy game. All right. So this show will be repeated on Sunday at 5 p.m. And thank you for tuning in. All right. Bye.
Z 101.9 FM.
King Kong.